Hello, good afternoon and happy Sunday. A little bit earlier today on our day three of the Christmas nail art marathon, so I'll have a little one evening for myself. So today we're going to do an absolute classic in, of course, a little bit different new colors, because we have the new colors that arrived into UK and of course all over the world, so why not to use the new colors for the Christmas classic. Good afternoon, hello Marina, hello Angelina, hello everyone, so nice you joined in. So as I mentioned, classic design, a little bit of the jumper with the stars, etc., something that clients want every year and something that you should have in your portfolio. So I'm not going to waste too much of your time this Sunday. Let's right away flip over the camera and let's start. So we flip this like that and I will just place it in a stand. My tip is ready and my little Christmas decorations are ready as well. So let me just zoom it slightly so you will see what better and move the light around. Okie doke. So I am going to start with my gel polish. That will be my base. And I've chosen for this one. I'm in love with your Christmas decor on the table. Oh, thank you, Marina. So I can just actually move it slightly around. So I have it here, little bubbles and a little light in here. So that will just put me a little bit in the Christmas mood. Because as I mentioned yesterday and day before yesterday, I'm absolutely not ready for the Christmas music. It's just something that I'm just really keeping for Christmas. Although it's everywhere, in every shop and stuff, but I'm just like, no, it's not for me. So a little decor. Thank you, Marina. That's really nice you like it. So let's start with the design. And I'm going to use for my base the green one, beautiful green that just arrived recently into our collection. Gorgeous green, really nicely pastel-y, it's not too dark. So I think will be perfect base for our design. The color is beautifully pigmented. As you can see, I have the clear tip and I'm pressing my brush in, and it's still beautifully covering and self-leveling amazingly. So all of these new gel polishes are just a pure joy to work with. Honestly, they're just amazing and I absolutely love them. So I would recommend you to try to use them for Christmas as well. It's really nice green, don't you agree? Now I'm going to cure it 60 seconds. And while my tip is going to cure, I'm going to prepare myself for the rest of the design. So if I will just be in a salon and then I will have my clients, that will be, of course, I need to have my base or there may be extension, etc., etc. Everything is curing and I'm ready for the design. And when I'm getting ready for the design, I'm not waiting for the clients. I am straight away preparing for my next step. Hi Magda, I'm back home from the great magnetic event, tired but satisfied. That's amazing, Cora. That's amazing. I'm really glad you had fun on the event. It's really nice. Hello, Justina. Hello. Grani here speaking. Yes, our internal joke will be now because hello, because I'm becoming a granny, you know. And no, my son is not pregnant. His girlfriend is not pregnant, but just, yeah, other way. I have my whitest white and place it on my paper palette. A little bit more, maybe I will need. For a few designs, I'll need a little bit more. I will also need my base and top. You can use any top gel of your choice. But the base and top, as you know, I'm using tons of it. My absolutely must-have product for all type of designs. And what I will also need, I need to first mix it slightly. So I'll have this semi-transparent white. Hello, Monica. Hello, happy Sunday, everyone. Really nice afternoon. It's already really dark outside. I don't know how it's in your country, probably in Sweden as well. It's really dark already. But it's still really nice afternoon. I'm mixing my white with my clear while I'm preparing for my design, and roughly in 50-50 mix. Okay, so you see I'm mixing it. You can use it in your brush or the dotting tool, anything you like. And you see I'm not using my brush like this, okay? I'm just keeping it flat and I'm just rolling it. Nothing will happen. My aim is to have really semi-transparent white. So I have this black glove and I'm going to show you, you see, like that. So I can still see the white, but not too much, okay? So that will be my aim. Now I have my green cured. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my Pepin's Choice brush. Oh, it doesn't have the text yet, text already, because once I was cleaning, I was just removing the text, but it's fine. It is a Pepin's Choice, very dark in Sweden, yes, it is. So here we go. We're on a north countries, is nice and dark. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create the stripe like that with my Pepin's Choice and my mixture. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to add the details, but relatively straight. The thickness will depend of the size of your nail. So if your nail is really long, you can then play around and have a little bit thicker pieces. If your nail is really short, which could be a case in a salon work, and we all know it, then you will need to rethink your design and make this part a little bit less thick, so you will see what's happening. So straight line on a side is like 1/3 of the nail. Now 10 seconds cure is more than enough for this one because I have this semi-transparent white. Before I will continue, if I will just use the pure white, then 30 seconds is a must. If I will just use just the base and top, of course, again, few seconds is more than enough. So I have this one, and my next stripe will be horizontal. Okay, you can do it higher, you can do it lower. So again, really up to you. Again, I wouldn't go in the middle, somewhere in 1/3 of the nail. So just 1/3 on the one side, 1/3 on the bottom or on the top, just to make it look nice. And you don't want to do this cross, because if you'll be in the middle, it will look like a cross. And yeah, we are not doing any special church-like designs. So let's keep it simple. And let's have it in a 1/3 and a 1/3. And you see here in this part, I already have this part a little bit darker. Okay, so this is it. That's why you also need to cure the first line. There you go. I'm just correcting. And on the other side as well. So now 10 seconds to the light. And then I can just remove the excess from my Pepin's Choice brush. And now my next step. For this design, I'm going to use the fast liner gel. You all remember, and I'm sure you all have it, the spider gel, okay? The most messy gel ever. And you can, of course, use the liner gel, no problem at all. But if you still have the spider gel, or maybe you have the problem with creating super thin, or I would even say extremely thin straight lines with your Pepin's Choice, then you can use the spider gel. Okay, so first I'm going to gently stir it because I didn't use it for a while, so I want to make sure I have this nice string. And I would recommend you to use the wooden orange wood stick for this one. It works best. Okay, so if I will have it here, I will just need to move my tip a little bit because I'm touching with my orange wood stick the stand. Okay, what you would do, I will just pull in the string so it will be a little bit thinner. Messy. If you ever had the spider gel floating in your drawer, you will know. See, extremely thin. Okay, So I will just have it, the client's finger on top of my jar. Then will be much easier for me to work, and I want to create the super thin lines. Okay, of course you can do it with your Pepin's Choice, but why? Okay, during the Christmas period we really need to think about the time. So if you have the spider gel, why not to use it? So I'm waiting until my gel will drop, so have nice and thin layer, and I'm cutting everything off my gloves. Okay, so my gloves are there so I can touch it, it's fine. And now I'm going to do exactly the same in horizontal. If you have any products on the client's skin, you need to wipe it before you cure it. Okay, so just to make sure. And now another line. Perfect, and you see I've touched it on my gloves. Let's cut it and let's do another one on top. I'll just move it maybe closer to the middle, so you will see I'm waiting for my gel to drop. And perfect. Cut it, perfect. So this one goes to the light. I would say maybe 30 seconds, and then I will do exactly the same on my second nail or my other hand, whatever you use and you prefer. And then I'm going to cover this with the top gel, and the top gel I'm going to use will be Extreme Matte Top Gel. Of course you can use the shiny top gel. The top coat choice will be dependent on your client's wishes. Okay, so of course you need to have the few options. Now I'm going to nice and thin layer apply it over my design before I will continue with my next part. Nice and thin. I can see I have a little bit of the glitter on my matte top gel, but I think I will be fine in that case. So you see the white is semi-transparent. I think will be great for Christmas, this green. Really nice. Okay, 60 seconds cure for my Extreme Matte Top Gel. And my next thing I'm going to use will be the sparkly gel, and I'm going to use metallic gel, gold, because the gold will match my green. Of course you can use the rose gold, silver, anything you wish, any metallic gel that you have. You can see here this one is super sparkly. I love this gel. You can use this gel on top of the top gel, so there's no problem at all. And then you will just need to have the 90 seconds cure, and it's absolutely fine. It's really extremely easy to use, and I think adds just perfectly to any design. I'm sure for those of you that already have the metallic gel, you can agree that is just perfect. So I'm just loading my Pepin's Choice, okay, into this one, nice and easy. Okay, and I'm with my Pepin's Choice. I'm going to add the lines. Now the line will be outside my black one, okay, because the black one is super thin. Just flip it other way around so I have a little bit more glitter. You see, with Pepin's Choice you can make these lines just perfect. This brush is just made for the longer lines. So if you are struggling with the longer lines, that's your brush that you absolutely need for any designs like this one. I'll just correct this line in here. Perfect. Of course you can add more to it. So for example, I don't know, maybe just add one more in the middle of the white. Why not? Just want to make sure I have really small amount of gel on my brush so I can have this line. nice and even. You see, it doesn't go anywhere, it just stays. And then this gold is just perfect for this green. I think it's perfect match. So while this one is curing, I'm going to clean my brush away from the sparkles. It's just here, dry wipe, and I will put it aside. And then the next thing that I'm going to use will be my liner gel white mixed with Cerisa Sweeties, just a small amount, because of course we need to have a little snowflakes. We cannot just have the Christmas design without the snow or the snowflakes, so we're going to add a little bit as well. Not too much, it's just a little bit extra for this design. Keep it nice and fast, nice and quick. We don't want to add too many details into this design because that takes time. And during the Christmas period, we need to make sure everything is relatively fast. And here, Cerisa Sweeties, together with my liner gel white, will be roughly the mix of the 50-50. So my product, you can see, is nice and fluid. At the same time, it's not too fluid, okay? You can use this one, of course. You can use 50-50 mix, Jessica's mix, if you have it. Or you can use any mix that you like. So it's really up to you. And what I'm going to use my Master Marbler, really tiny dotting tool to add first to my stars. So here my base, a little sweater, and I will of course show you a few more options, but let's start with a little star. So I will just make this star in here, nice and small, okay, because this is my main design. The stars are a little extra, the little stars, little snowflakes. My dots, oh, touching the stand today, sorry, apologize for it. And maybe we'll make one more in here. We can also go over our design, is not a problem. It's just really dependent on the space. So of course, if you think about your client's nails and designs that you're going to create, you need to always adjust them to the client's nails, the size of the nails. Because if the nails are too small, of course you may not have the space to add little extra stars, okay? But I think one, we all can make it. So I have my Katarina's Choice, really small brush. You can use the Henrietta's Choice or anything you fancy. And I'm going to connect together all of my little dots to create this little small snowflakes, nice and tiny. You see, I'm literally working with the one hair of my brush to keep it nice and small. Of course, our clients cannot breathe when we do that. They need to keep steady, and of course we need to tell our clients no laughing, keep the hands steady, and then be all good. I'll just remove the excess from my brush. Here it is, perfect. And the other one in here. You can see I move my tip a little bit under your comment sections, but I'm just back, I think. Nice and easy. See, little stars, nice and easy, not too much, just a little bit as adding extras. I think I can add a little dot of product in here. That wasn't enough, so I'll just connect it. Perfect. And I will add a little bit more in here, in between, just a little dots with my brush, so everything will work together, just in between. Okay, and now just a few dots with my dotting tool, Master Marbler, and just few here and there. You can go over our design, just make it maybe as a little cluster, not singular, just here and there. Okay, not too much. I will just correct this little star in here. I don't like it. Make this part a little bit longer. Perfect. Okay, this is better. Now curing time 90 seconds for this one. And while this one is curing, I'm going to show you different options, different variations for the same design with different colors. Let me just put aside my brush because I need it for the snowflakes, for the client's nails. And here the color variation for this one. Here I have used the blue 3, I think blue number 3, 2 or 3, it's really dark. Here the pastel 5, I think the pastel 5 is really beautiful purple. Here the pink number 2. So see, these are nice and relatively maybe not too Christmassy colors, but I think they're looking great for these designs. The little jumpers with the snowflakes. And then now we have our green. So let me just put this on the blue tag, so then I can attach it to my palette in here. Perfect. So here it is, all four, and I have a little glitter extra. All four as the inspiration and the idea for this Sunday on our third day of Christmas design. These designs are really fast to do. You can mix them match with the colors. You see I have added extra blue to the purple. You don't have to. You can do the one line, you can do 2 lines, anything you like. Gorgeous, love the color combos. Thank you so much, Alexandra. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Cora. That's really kind of you. But it's all you see as all the colors I did with the metallic gold, so it's just the one. And for the black ones I've used the spider gel because it's much faster, it's much quicker. So I think for the Christmas, as I'm mentioning all the time, we need to find the solutions that we can be really effective but at the same time nice and quick. So of course I'm going to take a pictures when I finish this live, and I'm going to post it after so we can save it later for the inspiration. And I will see you all tomorrow evening with another inspo for our Christmas nail art. Thank you so much. So beautiful and perfect for the whole winter. Absolutely. And if you make them, just try to make them in different color combos. Okay, so of course we normally for Christmas do this like red, maybe navy blue, or really rich green. But if you do them in different colors, then you can of course reuse these designs for example January, of course, as well. So I think not only for the Christmas, absolutely, but try to make them in different color combos so your clients can actually see it. I really love the metallic gels. Oh, the same, Monica. I think it's one of my best favorite products of magnetic nail design, and I'm using them all year round, absolutely, because they just add in this little touch, a little extra to our to every design, absolutely every design. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye bye.